It's really nice to talk to children. And these two girls are just adorable. You have to just listen to their answers. There are, whatever questions we are asking, it's not that they've been rehearsed. It's just that they're random questions which they may not be even knowing. So we just want all the children sitting here to have a feel of what an all-rounder is. And I'm sure you must have noticed that these girls, when they were announcing, they said, besides academics, co-curriculars. This I must reiterate that we've stopped calling all the other things that we do in the school as extracurricular. For us, they are very much a part of education. So that is why we call them co-curricular activities. It's my request to all the parents also to allow the children to be and let them flow into these activities because they mean a lot to the children. So heartiest congratulations, Faria and Arna. So you are from the House of Wisdom and you are from the House of Strength. So before I move on to other things, I just want to know from you, what are the aspects of the House of Wisdom that you think you've imbibed in your personality?
Ma'am, the House of Wisdom that shows knowledge. Wisdom and knowledge are two different aspects. First, when we gain a new information, we try to just keep it in our head, and after some time you forget about it. But when you apply that knowledge and ask why or how, that is where you actually embody wisdom. I really love this wisdom as a house because this house is the eldest of all. It actually teaches us leadership and giving empathy to others.
All right. Thank you so much, Ail. What about you? Which attribute of the House of Strength do you think is there in your personality?
Sure, ma'am. So, House of Strength, a lot of us associate strength with our physical appearance. A lot of us associate strength with things that are rough. But I feel that strength is more about being gentle. In strength lies compassion, because it takes a lot of strength to help another person. And when you have inner strength, I feel that is because it takes a lot of strength to be a person that other people look up to and other people can ask for help easily. And also, courage is a big attribute of strength, because it takes a lot of courage to accept when you are wrong, not just your rights, accept when you are wrong in front of a crowd. It takes a lot of courage. And then resilience, to show up when you don't feel like it. Do not to give up, as my parents have taught me and as the school has taught me, to believe that there is hope even in times of despair. That is what strength has taught me.
All right. That in middle school, because this is the award for all-rounder of middle school, which means grades 5, 6, 7, 8. So what has been your transformation in the middle school from grade 5 to grade 8?
When I was in the junior school, I participated in performing arts most of the time, be it singing or dancing. But as I grew up, I thought maybe I should explore more activities, and middle school gave me the best opportunities. I get to participate in a lot of art events, anchoring, wrote a script for a play, and even participated in sports. These things have definitely changed me and raised my consciousness.
All right. So what does consciousness mean to you? What do you understand by consciousness? Again, either of you.
It is not merely about being aware. The term consciousness for me means doing something, knowing, being aware of what it will lead to, and yet being present in that very moment itself. And conscious transformation through this act, through this quality, we should transform into better beings, and 100% perfection, it cannot be achieved. Yet we are striving for that while being conscious, and I feel that that is what will lead us to be the better versions of ourselves.
All right. So what are the aspirations of your parents for you?
Whenever I get less marks compared to the previous time, my dad and my mother always tell me that it doesn't matter. You have to become a good human being. You do not need a good career. You just need to be a good human who helps people around you and sees the world in an empathetic way. Money is what now the generation is chasing most of the time, but this was not taught at my home. It was always about being a good human. Think good for others even though they have done bad for you.
So then tell me any attribute of when your parents have given you such a profound value that they insist on you being a good human being. What is that which you appreciate in your parents? Anything, any of your parents' strength?
Ma'am, there were times when my mother had mentally suffered because of some conditions, but I always see her smile and never see her cry. She is my superpower. I mean, if I feel emotional or if I feel broken, she's the only person I go to. And she is my inspiration in terms of being a good human. She opens her heart to everyone around herself.
Have 3 siblings at home, and Faria's 3 siblings, they were all Jaipurians. So she has had a feel of the alumni at home. So there are Jaipuria currents in your home all around, I believe. So please tell me, in what way, what have you learned from those currents? What have you learned from your siblings? Is any aspect of Jaipuria reflected in your siblings?
When I entered the school, it was for a few years, that whenever I entered a room, people recognized me for being so and so's sister. And I used to complain about that. But with time I realized that they must have done something. That they must have done something good enough that people are recognizing me as their sibling. And instead of complaining, I should learn from it. From my elder sister, I have imbibed really good debating skills. From another sister, I have imbibed creative writing skills, both Hindi and English. And I personally feel that writing is not just words, it is more like an art form. For me, writing is an art form. And from my brother, I have learned communication skills. And and like ma'am, you asked what has been constant in Jaipuria and what is reflected in them. I feel that to this day, I see that whatever I've imbibed from them, they are proud of those qualities in themselves. And I feel that the school has really attained their motive of making every child feel that yes, they have something in them, the potential they have, the qualities they have, that every child is special and unique.
All right. So, what has been your inspiration? Anything from the school which has been your inspiration?
Ma'am, my batchmates, everyone is talented in everything they do. Some in dance, some in debating, some in music, or some in speaking. They are all that inspire me. I feel motivated when they strive with perfection in whatever they do. They are my biggest inspiration.
All right. So you don't need heroes outside, you need heroes inside the school. And you have a lot of them. Okay, great. Now, is there anything that you would like to say to these children, since you are the all-rounders, or to the parents who are there, or to your own parents? Anything that you wish to say? Both of you, one by one.
I have dreamt of this moment. 7 years of dreaming and believing have led to this very moment. And ma'am, when you tell me to put all of that into words, it is nearly impossible. Yet I know that today it is not just my dreams and my efforts. The moon himself is weak when he first rises. This is a quote from one of the books I've read. The moon himself is weak when he first rises, and then he gains courage and strength at the night as the night gets on. The moon reflects what it receives from the sun. And today, similarly, I don't shine. I do not shine. I reflect. I reflect all that I have received from my sun. Ever since I have been entering the school, the support staff, all the warm smiles I've been receiving. Nikita Didi, I have known her since I was in lower KG. All my teachers, the trust I have been associated with by all of my teachers, every time signs of uncertainty have shown on my face, they have told me that I will get through it and I'll be more than just fine. मैम माई पेरेंट्स, जिन्होंने मुझे ये सिखाया है कि ज़िंदगी जीतने से ज़्यादा सीखने के बारे में होती है. एंड सेम गोज टू अंकुर सर, हु इज़ माई फुटबॉल कोच. From Anjali ma'am, from you Brahmini ma'am, and from Deepa ma'am, whatever I have learned, whatever I have listened when you all talk, I have learned that the simplest things are also the most extraordinary things, and that how I do it matters way more than where I end up after I do it. And to my seniors, my siblings, and my friends, I have received more than just support. They have inspired me in ways more than I could have ever imagined. And to all of the juniors sitting here who always reply with the sweetest greetings, remember that still, after all this time, the sun never says to the moon that I owe you. And look what happens with a love like that. It lights up the entire sky. That is all I wanted to say. Thank you so much.
There's a very famous line in sports philosophy that is, when you lose, you are not defeated. When you win, you are not superior. It basically means whenever you lose, you're not the worst person, or whenever you win, you're not the best. What truly matters is staying humble, living with every experience, and learning from your mistakes. You should take success and setbacks together as they are the part of your journey. A shlok with a specific line that really resonates with me is Karmai Ivashide Ma Phaleshu Kadachanam, which basically means you have to keep working, you have to perform your duties without the entitlement of the fruits of your actions. Keep working, don't care about the result. God is always with you. Lastly, I would like to thank the school for all the opportunities that it had given me, the school staff for maintaining the school with utmost perfection, my teachers who have guided me and encouraged me, my parents who have always supported me in everything I do, and my peers for always inspiring me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, girls. It was a pleasure talking to you.